Welcome to WrestleHeads. I'm Chuck Jones.
I'm Amar Scott.
Man, we just came off of a very interesting pay-per-view with a lot of hard-hitting matches and weapons and top-tier performances and Roman Reigns that we've never seen before.
Whoa, it was brutal.
This guy snapped. He didn't win the match.
He snapped.
But he snapped.
He bobbed backwards and snapped.
So with that being said, basically this is just going to be our TLC post-show, WWE's last pay-per-view of the year before we go into the following month, year, and we start our road to WrestleMania, with the Royal Rumble, January 24th. Could we get a better beginning to a show?
I don't think so.
The tag team, 3 corners, ladder match. The Usos versus the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. Oh my goodness. Is an understatement compared to how these men performed tonight. They wrestled at a high level. I have to really give a strong honorable mention to the Lucha Dragons. They wrestled out of their mind to the point where I felt like it's okay. You can put the straps on them. Everybody looks at the Lucha Dragons as kind of a novelty item, like for children and things of that nature. I'm sorry, there's some grown men wrestling out there tonight.
They can get it done. And see, that's the thing, though. I mean, we were waiting for we were just waiting for the Lucha Dragons to show what they can do. Because, I mean, so many times they're in these matches, like, 5-6 minute matches. I mean, yeah, they're there for the kids, lucha, and all those good things. But the core of the fact of the matter is, and this is coming straight from the hip, the Lucha Dragons can get it fucking done. They got it done in the ring tonight. They've been getting it done in the ring with the little rivalry with the Usos and the New Day. I wouldn't have been ashamed if they would have put or been mad if they would have put the titles on the Lucha Dragons tonight. They worked their ass off. That move that Kalisto did to Jimmy or Jay Uso. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the move, but it
sliced bread.
It was simple, but yes, it was simply fantastic on the ladder. I mean, God, man, that match, and like I say, after the match, I was like, man, that was match of the night, but we had to wait to see what else happened. But after we watched the whole pay-per-view, and let us be wrong, they didn't really have no fucking duck matches. Maybe one that was kind of lame where I took a little powder break on, but majority of those matches on the card was straight solid. But that first match was the one that stole the motherfucking show.
It damn loved it. It damn sure did. Yeah. And I'm sorry, just to see the Usos, the New Day, I mean, they put their bodies on the line. Mm-hmm. It wasn't no soft-ass wrestling. I mean, they really had a lot of reckless abandonment going on, and they took risks. They did everything they needed to do to put that show over. And yes, for the way they wrestled, could have easily been the main event. I mean, it was that good. I mean, every one of the teams did their part. The New Day won the match, and they stayed champions thanks to that third man.
Yeah. With the trombone.
Xavier Woods throwing the trombone, I mean, just the whole thing, what it did was it let everyone know that, number one, the Usos is back, and they're ready for war. Yeah. It let you know not to take the Lucha Dragons lightly because they really did bring it.
Yes.
And 3, this just made the New Day an even greater tag team because another stern, hard defense turned in.
The New Day is racking them up, man. I'm sorry, man. The New Day is one of the best creations of the WWE in the last, year, 2 years or so that I've seen that's really worked. You know what I mean? These guys get it done night after night. Low-key, that segment of Raw that they were on a couple weeks ago where they were on 3 segments. It was about a couple weeks ago. That was the best Raw in the last month when they had 3 segments.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much New Day. It was just enough New Day. New Day is fucking, they're entertaining, they have charisma, they can get it done in the ring, time after time.
And I really appreciate how the 3 tag teams really worked together in symphony. They set their moves up, they knew what they were going to do, they got it done, everything was crisp and clean. Very few mistakes, nothing really noticeable. No. And a big shout out to Big E. Big E did his job. Now, he was the only guy in there that wasn't going to be flying around and all that stuff. He was the big man of the match. Kofi Kingston, no stranger to ladders. They made it work. They made it work, and they did a good job. And at the end of the night, when you see them all hanging on the ladder, holding the straps, you're like, okay, as much as we felt the Lucha Dragons had earned the opportunity to win the championship, I figure they at least earned an opportunity to go 2-on-2 with the New Day
next month.
So we'll see what happens. But they started the show off fantastic with the tag team match, and then the second match was just a grudge match, Rusev versus Ryback. You know, supposed to be two hard hitting wrestlers, getting out some personal things that they had going on, and you know, Rusev with the assistance of Lana again, pretending that she got hit, was able to win the match. You know, Ryback couldn't, you know.
Hey man, I took a puff break on that match.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you some of the key spots in that match. Rusev went to go gorilla press Rusev and he couldn't do it. Rusev tried to push off on the shoulder, couldn't do it. So he just had to drop him. And then they had a test of strength with the suplexes where they were trying to lift each other up. And you know how Ryback does his signature, pick him up and let him hang there? Yeah, it didn't happen with Rusev, fellas.
Can't hold him, huh?
No. So with
fake ass strong guy.
So with that being said, you know, Lana pretended she got hit, which gave Rusev the opening to Savate kick Ryback.
You know who Ryback reminds me of? That guy in the cartoons, like in the little Bugs Bunny cartoons, that used to act like he was buff, but really he just pumped his arms up full of air and shit. And when he actually tried to lift something, he was lifting like those balloon weights. And when he actually tried to lift something, it just showed how weak he was. Ryback is he's the weakest, big, buff guy I know. And he sucks. He's not, look, Seth Rollins was stronger than fucking Ryback. And he was legitly deadlifted Sting and threw his ass into the turnbuckle and fucked his back up. You know what I mean? Ryback couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? Ryback couldn't even lift Sting up.
So with that being said, you know, that match is done. That feud should be done.
Thank God.
And, you know, shouts out to Ryback for putting shouts out to Rusev for putting Ryback in the accolade and getting a kiss from Lana while he was choking out Ryback. That was pretty cool.
That was pimp.
I'm really starting to call him the Bulgarian Barry White. We'll see if that takes off.
So smooth.
So with that being said, you know, the following match was the, the Dudley Boys, the hardcore team of ECW versus the Wyatt family.
Mm-hmm. Team ECW.
Yeah, Team ECW. Rhino, Tommy Dreamer, the Dudley Boys against the Wyatt family. The match was okay. It was a tables match. All four members of the team had to go through a table to win.
Yeah.
They did the right thing. They put the Wyatt family over, and the Wyatt family went over convincingly. I mean, only one person got eliminated, which was Eric Rowan, you know, the least entertaining one of the group. So it was okay. You know.
See, Eric Rowan, his problem is he has a look of like he has hemorrhoids all the time. That's the reason why you can't really get any wrestling done. That's just saying, that's just one. Two, that match was a fucking train wreck in the beginning. Nobody knew what the fuck to do.
The timing was off.
I mean? The timing was dead off. It didn't get real until Eric Roman's hemorrhoids ass got up out of there, and then they eliminated one of the team ECW. And then in a 3-on-3, it gave more room in the ring with what they were doing. But yeah, man, he has to get rid of that hemorrhoid look. You know what I mean? You know, because I think that's the thing that's holding him back. Because he's very unentertaining.
I mean, he's a good goon. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good goon.
But you're part of the Wyatt family. You have to be more than a goon.
Yeah, he doesn't really have any personality or anything like that. But he's a great accessory piece. You know,
he has okay ability. He's not all that good.
Now, you better look back when they was going against the Usos and all that shit.
I look back, yeah, they were cooking. But I look back at the singles and he didn't do shit. You know what I mean? But
with that Chinese music he used to have?
Yeah,
God, I thought that was Sonny. It sounded like Sonny Ono's music from WCW.
How the hell you get that backwoods music? That's like banjo and shit.
No. Not Eric Rowan's solo music. No,
that was a banjo. No. For somebody that like who the fucking Bama motherfuckers you like, you ought to know that shit.
No, that shit sounded horrible.
All I know is they were very off in that match until they got rid of some people, and then the timing got a little bit better. Like he said, Charles had led on to say that the Wyatt family did dominate the match because
they needed to.
Because they had to. They're the Wyatt family. These guys are like out of their prime. I mean, the Dudley Boys can still get it done, but Rhino, he looked lost, and then Tommy Dreamer. He was worried about that spring.
They're slow. Like they're older, they're slower. They've been beating the hell out of each other for years.
Yeah, the body's worn down.
Yeah, exactly. The Wyatt family, they're destined for bigger and better things.
I thought that match was going to be better than what it was, though.
Well, it was okay.
Kind of disappointing.
Again, though, see, it kind of got caught in the eclipse of that tag team match.
I thought the next match we're going to talk about was better than that.
Yeah. So with that being said, the next match going in was the Intercontinental Championship match?
No, it's the chairs match. Jack Swagger and...
oh, that's right. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger.
That match.
United States Championship chair match.
That match was good. That match caught people by surprise. Nobody thought how that match... You got to think about it. You got something personal with Jack Swagger and Del Rio. They have history. And you have chairs. I mean, shit.
I gotta give Jack Swagger a lot of credit, man. He really brought it tonight. Like he came ready to play. This wasn't your ordinary boring ass Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
This guy, he wrestled. I ain't never seen nobody take it to Del Rio since Del Rio been back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't really seen people take it to Del Rio like that.
He took it to Del Rio, but in the end, he got it took too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took that bump in the end. That had to hurt on those chairs.
I mean, we anticipated Del Rio was gonna fuck him up real bad with those chairs.
Yeah.
You know, so he did that.
But in my mind, that match to me was better than.
But there was no Zeb Coulter.
Yeah. Well, they're done with that, dude.
Yeah, there was no Zeb Coulter. I thought he would at least come out and support Jack Swagger.
Well, a lot of people thought it was going to be a swerve, like, oh yeah, he's getting mad at him. He's going to come out and support Jack, then he's going to turn on him. No, 2 weeks ago, when they came out, as you know, they usually come out with the Mex America flag in the background. They usually come out with the Mex America flag on Zeb Coulter's scooter buggy. You know what I mean? 2 weeks ago they came out, there was no Mex American flag in the background. There was no Mex American flag on his scooter buggy. He had a sign that said about the haters, and in the background it was gold. I was like, that looks kind of strange. The following week, you know, Del Rio basically tells them to kick rocks. You know, I'm like, oh, they're done with that. They didn't move him out of that. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, something that didn't work, right? So that was Vince's idea. Shit didn't work.
I mean, it was a great shock value when they brought him out.
Yeah, but
yeah, Del Rio standing next to Zeb Coulter.
It's like Randy said, the guy couldn't even walk. You know what I mean? Like, man,
it was about as useless as tits on a board.
For real, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, shit.
So, you know, with that being said,
what happens when he get kicked off that scooter? He's gonna be like one of those commercials, like, I'm falling and I can't get up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he can get up. You know, I don't know if he can get up. You know, he might have to push one of those lifeline buttons and somebody has to come and help him. You know what I mean? Like, but when you have that, you cannot have that out there on live TV. He's bound to fall off that fucking scooter sometime.
That is correct.
He's an American patriot.
God damn it, right?
So with that being said, it was a good United States match.
That's real life. I mean, ain't the fake shit.
Good old Dutch Mantel, right?
It was a good United States match. Alberto Del Rio is still the champ.
Yeah.
You know, so with that being said, you know, going into the next match is the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. This one was not a tables, ladders, or chairs match. It was just a traditional Intercontinental Championship match. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. Yeah. Congratulations to Dean Ambrose for defeating Kevin Owens, although there was a little controversy with the ending.
With the pin.
The Hurricane Rana, which I got to give Kevin Owens props for kicking his legs back up for Dean to get him. You know, the fact is, it didn't look like his shoulders were cleanly down.
Nope.
And, you know, there could be some controversy about it, but nonetheless, on this night, he walked away Intercontinental Champion.
I'm thinking they might strip the title from him tomorrow. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to do that, but, I mean, low-key is like Randy brought it up, and I looked at the replay. Yes, it was right. His shoulders was not down. You know what I mean? So Kevin Owens could be like, hey, man, I wasn't pinned. You know, and you know the authority likes to come out and help Owens. Hey, man, give him back his title, you know. Blah, blah, blah. You know how the shakedown happens. You know what I mean? Dean Ambrose gives it back. I'll kick your ass again, and it doesn't happen anymore. You know what I mean? But for right now, he's the Intercontinental Champion. And if that stays, that was the swerve of the night. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming
they're
either.
predictable. And they've been predictable basically for about a month now.
Yeah.
Very predictable. But this shit I did not see coming. I didn't see Ambrose being the Intercontinental Champion. You know, not right now. You know, I thought they had other plans for him, but that may set up for Kevin Owens.
There's a lot of things that could seriously go on, but
they better do Mania right.
One thing with the WWE, you really just don't know anymore, you know, and they don't really give you no indication on what they're doing or where they're going because they don't know until probably a week before it happens, you know. But nonetheless, congratulations to Dean Ambrose, and I mean Kevin Owens got up, looked confused.
He looked strong though.
Yeah, he didn't look bad, you know. He wasn't beaten by any shape of the imagination.
No.
So his momentum can carry on as well.
He got caught like Aldo got caught last night by McGregor.
So with that being said,
How about that?
the Divas Championship was next, which is usually like the cool-off match before going into the main event, but it was nothing about that match that made it look calm when you got the Nature Boy Ric Flair ringside, showing his ass, getting dirty, trying to teach his daughter. Now, I personally don't like Ric Flair hanging on to her because she's supposed to be able to do it without him, but then the nostalgic side of me says, this goddamn Ric Flair.
Man.
So, you know, it's like, okay, they're pulling a spiel. Charlotte made the turn, you know, but Paige is still very much a heel herself.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was a double. It wasn't a double turn. It was just a single turn. And, you know, they hit each other hard. They wrestled each other hard, man.
It was a physical match.
They put out some damn good moves in that match, and some ones that were a little worried.
Yeah,
They were dropping each other on their head for a minute.
Hey, it was
committed
to the struggle.
But Ric Flair, you know, in true Ric Flair fashion style, brought a little controversy to the ending. He got that second turnbuckle off.
Well, Charlotte got it off, but he started it. That's what made the match. That's what made the last spot so good, because how they worked it in the beginning to open it up for that spot, and then Charlotte ultimately took advantage of the spot by finishing the job that her father started in the beginning of the match, and ultimately getting the victory by doing that. And that's setting up. She is one of the dirtiest women players in the game right now. Off of these last couple weeks, she's been pretty dirty. She's learning from the best. And let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? Because trust me, I like Charlotte, but I like Charlotte better as a heel. You know what I mean? Because with her as a face, it was something that was missing.
It was like when The Rock was a face.
Yeah, it was something was missing.
With those bangs and those tits.
God, he did need a push-up bra. But at the same time,
flapping his arms like his dad and shit. That shit wasn't gonna work out for him. But the minute he went dark, he became a goddamn star.
Exactly.
So I mean,
it works.
Yeah, so, you know, with that being said, going into the main event, you know, the reigning defending champion Sheamus defending his championship against Roman Reigns, and all three tables, ladders, and chairs match. They hung the belt up from the rafters. They were allowed to use everything. They hit each other as hard as they could. I was a little skeptical about the match because they let them fight so long on Monday Night Raw. And I'm really in the tradition of don't give away what we can sell, but fuck, they wrestled all over the arena. They went through every table out there. They broke every chair out there. I mean, they ran through some ladders. I mean, look at Sheamus's body. Like, after the match, you can really see they got fucked up.
He was really whelped.
Yeah.
And then
Picture would be up on Wrestle.
If he was
bruised up bad.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then on top of that, you know, Sheamus wins the match, but because he had help from the League of Nations, Rusev and Del Rio came out. But I think more importantly, and I usually don't say this, but I'm going to say it tonight, the story is not the championship itself. The story in this match was the aftermath of the championship match, where Roman Reigns,
postal,
he snapped. And I mean, what can you say about a man that's been just cheated over the entire year from WrestleMania until now?
At the end of the year, getting the same
yeah, exactly. Like, to the point where it's like, how close is he gonna have to be before they take it away from him? To where I liked what they did with his character, because to me personally, I was gonna lose interest in him. Straight after this, I was gonna say, okay, no more Roman Reigns in the main event because he's gonna lose.
See, if you think about it in the scope of things, technically, the fucking wouldn't be even started before WrestleMania, because it goes back from the Royal Rumble. That's where it started, and then him.
But he won the Royal Rumble. That was a good night.
But the crowd turned on him. That was the beginning of the crowd turning on him. Then he had to fucking go against Daniel Bryan in this fucking fab match that, for him to keep his fucking Royal Rumble spot because everybody wanted to suck Daniel Bryan's piece.
But he didn't look good in that match.
And then,
that's real.
You can sit there and debate that shit.
Whether he looked good or bad, but it's just the timeline.
It's been a whole year. If you think about from January, we almost damn near in another January. and the screw job is home. Then they culminated WrestleMania. Then he got pushed to the side for Dean Ambrose after WrestleMania. Then they put him back in it later on in a 4 people's match. Then it just kept going on and on and on. Then they took him out of the way, threw Bray Wyatt on him for 3-4 months. Then he got out of that shit. And then he was supposed to go against Seth Rollins. We all know what happened to the champ. Then he gets screwed out of his goddamn. He was the #1 contender, and then he had to go through the fucking tournament. It's becoming too much. The shit was becoming too much. It's like, damn, like, I get it. You mad because the fucking fans don't fucking believe in him, or they find some fucking Mickey Mouse fucking reason to fucking say something about him.
This was the best way to save his character.
They do now, because they were thanking him after they were booing him I'll give you that. They were booing him in spots in the match, but at the end, after he snapped and beat the dog shit out of Triple H, you know, they cheered him.
It started him beating the dog shit out of the League of Nations.
Yeah. No, he beat the dog shit out of him, but
he got them bitch asses out the way, and he started working the champ.
He beat up Sheamus harder after the match
than he did during the match. Then he took it out.
I loved it because it's like he's a man and he's tired, you know.
Enough's enough, and it's time for change.
So, and that's exactly what he said at the end of the night.
He did say that.
Now, the one thing that I will say was, I think he should have knocked out some referees. I would have knocked out Jerry Lawler.
Man,
you know,
why Jerry Lawler though?
Because he got personal beef.
No, he got personal beef.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Jerry Lawler.
Hold on a second. Sheamus didn't get recognized until he broke kicked Jerry Lawler at Madison Square Garden the same night Kofi Kingston lost his push.
You know what's the big difference?
Yeah.
Jerry King Lawler damn near died out there.
I would have punched out JBL.
He cannot have no physical contact. You forgot that?
Either way.
Where the King damn near died?
Either way, though, what I'm saying
now
is...
you're trying to kill him.
No, either way, what I'm saying is, I like it. I like Roman Reigns said, I'm tired of this shit. I like the fact that he beat the living hell out of Triple H. I would have hit Stephanie too.
I would have.
I know
you cannot hit a woman.
I know they don't like that and stuff.
Shit, but the world don't like that.
I still would have threw a chair at her.
Yeah, he could have done something.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
he didn't have to hit her.
It would improve the psychological part of he done lost his damn mind.
No, I mean
the
closest way he could have did that is just like pushed her ass out the way.
You know,
or he's right. Long as he didn't hit her. Throw a chair at her, or he could move out the way.
He could have speared her. He could have speared her.
I'm sorry.
I would have.
You would have speared her?
Yeah, I mean, that's safer than him just...
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, Randy Orton could DDT
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't hit her.
But I don't know. He was speared her. He was
Roman Reigns could have hit her with a chair.
Nah, she in shape now. Stephanie can take it. That bitch is buff now.
Randy Orton kicked her in the head.
Yeah.
You know? There ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
But you gotta look back even then, times are different now.
You know?
You can't get away with all that stuff now.
So anyway.
So I'm looking forward to Monday.
So then, yeah, the next question is.
I'm looking forward for him to socking out Dean Ambrose, socking out the Usos, you know, just fucking throwing it up. Because, you know, Dean Ambrose won the Intercontinental Champion. Like, look, bro, don't feel too bad. Your brother won the Intercontinental Champion. And if I'm the Roman Reigns, I deck his ass too. Like, bitch, I ain't the champion. You the champion. The Usos, what's going on, cuz? Bam, bump them out. You know what I mean? He's lost his damn mind. He's socking on the Usos. He beat Ambrose ass.
He gotta interrupt the match and beat somebody's ass.
Nah, you have him start off the show. He come out there. He sit there, cuss, throw some cuss words, be sitting there saying like, I'm tired of this. You know, like, enough is enough. I done took enough. Like, every time it's something always getting in my fucking way. And it's not even me. It's other fucking people. Then you go have Stephanie come out there because Triple H should be hurt and he shouldn't be there to go with the... I'm just saying, to go with the storyline. Because, let's be honest, that's the first time Triple H been fucking foobarred in a long time. Like that.
He got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah. You think about it. Daniel Bryan damn sure didn't fucking touch his ass like that. I mean, Roman Reigns laid into his ass. I mean, it's on the internet. You can hear when he was giving them the chair shot. Triple H kept telling him, like, do it again. Hit me again. He was, like, coaching him, like, telling him, like, hit him, basically trying to tell him to hit him harder.
He's trying to get him over.
But Roman was trying to take it soft.
Yeah, it's true, because I think Triple H might have had something under that jacket.
Yeah.
Might have had a flak jacket on or something underneath that was helping it out.
Oh, because he was going through convulsions and shit.
If you notice,
I thought he was having a seizure.
That shirt never came off.
I thought Triple H was having a seizure.
So like when you see the fact that the shirt never came off, he might have had a flak jacket on underneath, which means he can take a lot more punishment.
He looked like he was having a seizure. He was on that.
Yeah,
I was like, if you threw a fish out the fish tank, and the motherfucker was flopping.
But at the same time, I mean, this is something that had to happen for Roman Reigns because otherwise nobody else was going to believe him again. Going to the main event and losing again, it's like...
Because they done fucked up his character so
But he
much.
still need to sock out the rest. He need to sock out his partners like Ambrose and Usos.
No, you ain't got to go that far.
His damn mind.
The best thing for right now is not involve him.
I would say walk away from him. Don't even associate with him because they didn't come out to help.
No, they did not.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody came
and that's
out.
something to
But
that's the
that's
thing.
all personal.
That's why you suck their ass out. They didn't come out to help his ass.
It's like on Braveheart, homie, where he caught homie slipping with that fucking chain and that metal ball in his sleep. Bam! For y'all riding off, nigga, and I had to fight these people.
You know, motherfuckers in this day and age ain't seen Braveheart.
They're stupid if they are.
I'm just saying.
I saw a trailer to the next Independence Day. I was fucking sold. Yeah.
They really are bringing out a lot of sequels now.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
2016 is gonna be big time.
That's
all I'm
saying.
saying. The summertime, the spring, in the summertime.
They gotta do something because Marvel's been having it locked down.
Well, Marvel's gonna have it. They're gonna have the Independence Day.
That's why you see DC
the Dawn of Justice.
The
Dawn of Justice is gonna be in 2016. There's so much shit. The Civil War is in 2016. X-Men Apocalypse is a month after that. I mean,
I seen the trailer for that.
Spring to summer. God, you'll be at the movies every weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be
Marvel
awesome.
already got their shit laid out for the next 5 years.
So with that being said,
The Civil War, I'm waiting for that.
Next month's pay-per-view is the Royal
Captain
Rumble.
America.
We got the Slammy Awards coming up on Monday Night Raw. I mean, there's gonna be some interesting stuff going on.
Seth Rollins better win he better win Wrestle basically of the year. You know what I mean?
So I mean,
He did enough.
Yeah.
With that being said, I mean, you know, we got to see where the WWE is gonna go. At this point, you really can't call it. You really don't know. We don't know what this is gonna do with Triple H and Roman Reigns. We don't know if Sheamus is gonna give him another title shot. We don't know what's gonna happen as far as because now you got to line the Royal Rumble up. You know, we don't know if John Cena's gonna come back. We don't know if Lesnar's gonna come in.
It's gotta be Lesnar. There cannot be no fucking John Cena.
I mean, because now if you take Roman Reigns out of the title hunt, now you don't have a face. You don't have a babyface wrestler that can go against this monster Hill and this crew. You know, so.
My thing is this, man.
I mean, I'm to the point now because the way wrestling has us, I'm not gonna make any predictions because.
I said it in there.
You know,
if they fuck this up, and I truly mean this, fans. If they fuck this up, going from now into WrestleMania, I'm really gonna be done with the WWE. You'll hear Charles and Randy talk about the WWE on the show, but I'm gonna stick strictly to ROH and New Japan or something. You know what I mean? Because I'm just tired of the bullshit. You know what I mean? And being a wrestling fan as long as I have, and I stayed faithful to the WWE during its time of need in the late 90s when a lot of people, you know, was with wheelchair wrestling. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's just come to the point now.
WCW.
You know, WCW. But, you know,
the Huckster, the Nacho Man.
You know, it's just getting ridiculous. You know what I mean? It really is. And I'm really getting tired of it. And I've been a fan since '86. You know what I mean? I'm really getting tired of it, man. And I would rather not watch it than watch this bull crap. You know, and that's just my take on it, you know?
So, with that being said, I mean, that's pretty much our show tonight. It's a brief post-show. We'll be back next week with all our updates from the other organizations.
Let me sprinkle a couple news and notes in here real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, if we have a little bit more time, go for it.
Yeah. January 5th, WWE will premiere in Japan. Dong.
That should be great.
So...
Is it a live event or is it gonna be a televised?
Oh no, the network. The network is they're gonna launch the network in Japan, which is a lot of fans. Yeah. I guess because you know they slowly been moving it around.
Yeah.
So now it's in Japan, so they're gonna get a lot of. Their little numbers are gonna go up even more.
They're past the black.
Yeah.
They're in the purple. You know what I mean? They that brother you see at midnight that you can't see.
For the people out there that figured that the network wasn't gonna make it, that was just dumb.
Yeah, they were.
What else you got?
Sasha Banks made her NXT debut 3 years ago yesterday.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
I mean, you think about it, look how fast she done rose up from 3 years ago to now. I think she's only, what, 23?
I saw a picture that she posted on Wrestling Heads with her husband in it. Hey, you better watch your chick. She'll be gone in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, word to the wise.
I'll leave the dressmaker alone.
Yeah, word to the wise guy.
Next, WWE and Daniel Bryan is working on a compromise. Daniel Bryan and the WWE are reportedly working on some sort of compromise so Daniel Bryan can return to the square circle. No word is what this compromise entails, but one can only guess that Daniel Bryan would agree to cut back some of his more dangerous moves in his arsenal. Here's what Bryan told the Singapore newspaper.
Singapore.
Yeah, because you know he been traveling. They've been sending his ass out the place. You gotta find something for him to do.
Okay.
He on the damn
He
payroll.
you know,
Yeah.
you gotta do something.
Give him something to do. He can't just sit back.
You
At
can't
home
have
and
him
not
on
do
the
shit.
mic. You know what I mean?
Because of my history with concussions, the WWE medical doctor would not clear me. We are in the process of trying to find some compromise. They keep sending me to do more tests, brain MRIs, brain EKGs. All the tests have came back great to the point where my brain is better than someone of my age with no concussions. Great news, Yes Nation. Are you excited about a possible return?
Yeah. I mean, long as he ain't hurt himself with that diving headbutt and shit like that. If he keeps his movesets to... Because, see, this is the thing. Daniel Bryan doesn't have to do the high-flying moves to get over. Yeah, that's a part of his arsenal, but he can take that out, and he's good enough in the ring with Matt that he can survive. And if he goes to that, I don't want to see the guy die or nothing or anything like that. I just want him to tell the truth. You tell the truth. You know what I mean? Because, you know...
I personally feel like he shouldn't wrestle anymore. If you can't wrestle the way we know you to wrestle, hang it up.
But he can survive with that wrestling.
And on top of that, his talents could lie elsewhere.
And see, the
As
bad
far
part
as
is,
developing talent,
I think
helping
even
those
with
guys
if
come along.
they put him in
I
the
just worry
guidelines, I think he gonna go out of the script. You know.
It's not even that,
It's
dude.
just not a-
Look,
not a
I'm not worried about Daniel Bryan. I'm worried about the people that he gets in the ring with. Sheamus ain't gonna give a fuck about his concussions,
'Cause that's one
and
of the
he's not gonna let his match die down and take it easy. He's gonna fucking go straight after him. We can't have Daniel Bryan take these risks against these guys like this, and for the sake of him wanting to wrestle some more. Like, I understand, you know, like you're one of the best in the world, and you abruptly have to make this stop, and you can't do what you come accustomed to doing. But it's for your health and your safety, and even if he was to tone it down, there's so much unpredictability in that ring that you can't guarantee his safety. And if the WWE clears him to wrestle and something happens to him, that's curtains for the whole company.
I think it's something really wrong because they know he's a cash cow.
That's what I
And
was
it's-
getting ready to say.
And it's like if they not trying to clear him, and you know they the kings of sending people back that ain't ready to go back. So it's something to me. I think that says
Something's
more.
really
It's something
wrong.
really wrong with his ass, and he probably didn't had a lot of fucking concussions. We might have a Chris Borland moment here where he just needs to sit back, think about it, and say, you know what, I've done a lot of the career. You know, I'm a multiple
It
time
sucks
champion.
because he was really getting that traction, man. Before like all these injuries really occurred, that big push, the big win.
You just
I mean,
think about it.
everything.
These
I mean,
last,
just,
this has been, I say, what these last 3 years? It's been hard. I mean, that's been the rise of him, but you know, hey, shouts out to Daniel Bryan.
well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you finally catch the traction. You're now the biggest guy. You got some big guys who left the company, which means you really have the spot now. Because there's no doubt in my mind, if he was still wrestling and John Cena walked away, he's the guy. Like, you wouldn't even be having this conversation about who's the next guy.
But see,
You
with
know?
his injury history, you couldn't even do that. It's too much risk.
Well, see, and that's why I say you can't clear him now.
Yeah. So next, Sonny lashes out at Chris Candido's family.
For what?
Hold on, I'm finna tell you. Sonny posted the following on her Facebook account regarding an extended trailer for a documentary on former WWE superstar Chris Candido, which is produced by his brother Johnny. A message to all Chris Candido family and friends: go watch the trailer. That of is a drug addicted of a brother. It's all bullshit. They never supported him in anything he did unless they can gloat about his WWE status and get free tickets. She said, I was there. I lived with him for 16 years. I was there in the good, the bad, and the horrible. He died doing what he loved to do. And for 10 years now, I get blamed for not getting into the hospital soon enough, while the doctor reassured me there's nothing that I can do. Shame on me. No, fuck you. And all who think otherwise. Those who know me and know him know the real story. So go support a false documentary about his life and make the family that didn't give a shit about him money. Sad bastards they are. if you remember correctly, I've never tried to profit off his death, while many others have. Many. So many memorial shows. Where did that money go? Not to me. Not to pay his outstanding bills. Nowhere. But to the promoter's pockets. I wasn't even given an option on his burial. I was told he was being cremated and had no say. We weren't legally married. Yeah, but that was my family. Fuck them all. Sonny.
I got no problem with her saying that because nobody knew him better than her, and she's probably telling the truth.
Yeah.
The only thing I fault her for is she should have brought the goddamn Coke back to the room that night instead of fucking
Jesus
Ahmed.
Christ.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I fault her on that because that's why he left the WWE.
Yeah.
It was because of her.
Yeah.
But I would have to take her word on this because
She was
with
there.
the motherfucker the whole time.
I'm like, Sonny, hey, check this out. Shut the fuck up. Go make another porno. 2, Chris Candido, she's right. Chris Candido did die doing what he loved to do, snorting fucking coke. You know what I mean? Hey,
He didn't
I'm just saying, man. Shit. Look, hey, you know what I mean? They want to make a DVD about his life. Shit.
Well,
Let him fucking make a DVD about his life.
But you
know what I mean?
But you gotta look at the
go
playing
get
devil's
Vimeo or whatever.
advocate. You want an actual factual DVD, and if it's somebody that wasn't around that didn't know what the ins and outs, then it's not an actual DVD. It's somebody.
Or she could be
and she right about that shit with the promoter shit.
Or yeah,
you ain't never heard.
Because
you ain't never heard nobody saying like, oh yeah, we put this in the Chris Candido fund. They had all these memorial shows, and these motherfuckers just lying.
And that sound like Dawn Marie. Yeah. When she tried to raise all that money for Kamala, they didn't give him a dime.
Yep. Raised the Kamala funds and kept it all in their pocket.
Yep.
But here's the thing though, you know, she could be right, you know, because
I think she
did live on. But here's the thing though, she could be saying that shit because she don't like what they said. Who knows if she could be lying? Who knows?
Obviously, they don't like each other.
Keep making those pornos. You know
obviously, they don't like each other and stuff.
I mean, to think about it, it's just to see the DVD. I mean, you know, I say like this, us as fans, you probably can sniff through the bullshit. And I mean, you know, real shit, she was with him damn near 20 fucking years. And I mean, that says a lot.
Why don't
right
she
there.
talk about how she was passing herself around for coke? You know what I mean?
But
I think she didn't bring that shit up.
He made the call for that.
Yeah, he made the call.
She went along with it.
She was just wrong for not bringing
She
the
went
Coke
along
back.
with it, and she didn't bring it back. Shit.
Because he's the one who
You know what I
delivered her to
mean?
Ahmed
She
Johnson's
hood with
bedroom.
Okay, the subject is getting lost. What we talking about? Y'all talking about?
He delivered her to Ahmed Johnson's motel room.
I know the story.
But it was on her to run into Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
See,
You know, that was on her.
She ruled.
good old HBK.
That's what made him quit.
Saint HBK.
How could
Yeah.
you go
now? I mean, the
how
man
could you
changed his
look at-
life, but when he was a deviant, yeah, I mean.
How could you go tell Ahmed Johnson, aka Suge Knight from the MC Hammer story?
Yeah.
How could you look him in the eye and say, "Please, just don't hurt her"?
Hurt her. You gonna break her in half. All right,
You
next.
look at him.
He had that cock eye.
I mean, that nigga looked like he could just Nestle crunch her ass.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Okay, next. WWE is grooming Kevin Owens for an upcoming match against Brock Lesnar? Question mark.
That'd be great.
The big debate is look like it might be Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 32, which I don't have a fucking problem with that.
Could be. For
The only caveat for me is Lesnar, be a man, put Owens over.
It could be for the title.
I think it's a little too early to throw that on Kevin Owens.
But you gotta look where.
You got his natural progression.
I'm gonna tell you why
How?
though, because you got no opponent for Sheamus next month. Heyman could come out and issue the challenge tomorrow on Raw.
Yep.
And say, I don't care who's gonna wrestle. Brock Lesnar's coming to Royal Rumble to wrestle you for the belt, and that's it. And then you give.
I think they're gonna put him in the Royal Rumble. That's
and
what's looking
you
like.
give Kevin Owens the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you got Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar at
And if
WrestleMania.
it's for the strap,
For the strap.
that'll sell out the arena.
For the
Like
strap.
that. But see, then it goes back to what Randy said. You gotta put Kevin.
You gotta put him over.
Yeah, see, and that's the only thing about it.
You gotta put him over. Brock Lesnar's gotta bleed. Like it's gotta
It's
be
gotta
a
be.
war.
No,
Yeah.
I mean he don't have to bleed. It just
No, he don't
you
bleed.
give us a hard hitting match that him and Reigns did at WrestleMania, and I'm fine with that. Hey,
No.
if motherfucking Brock Lesnar, hey Kevin Owens give that motherfucker 3 pop-up power bombs and call it a day. I got no problem with that.
But it can't be like him and Reigns because he basically bitch slapped Reigns around for the whole night. You know
But
what I
see,
mean?
the
And
whole
Kevin
match.
Owens got more experience than that. It wouldn't
can't
be.
let him bitch
It wouldn't be a
slap
match
Owens
like
around
that. But
like
I
that.
understand what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
It gotta be hard hitting.
Hard hitting,
It
yeah,
got
yeah,
hard
yeah.
hitting on Reigns' part to I say the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
He went hard on him.
Yeah, you got to
So
have a physical
that's why
match.
I said,
Yeah,
you know,
physical match.
because that's the whole thing. They with the Roman Reigns one, they set it up how everybody thought it was supposed to go. That big badass Brock Lesnar and Mr. MMA himself supposed to go in there and just punch out Reigns. Reigns supposed to be the motherfucker like, I took everything you got, and I'm still ticking, and that's how I went. Next, this episode of TNA Impact this week is the final one for Destination America. As you can tell, Ring of Honor's already gone. They gone to Shooting Comets channel.
Yeah.
So now this one coming up, and then the new TNA will be on, I believe, January 5th, and that will when the new will start on Pop TV.
With Goldberg.
Possibly Billy Goldberg is on there.
Old bull running going on.
Next, congratulations to Rey Mysterio. He officially joined Lucha Underground, which if you look up in WrestleHeads, you will see the little promo. You see the picture, and then you see the promo video where Rey Mysterio is making his appearance in Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
So, next, Sting says he would like Ric Flair to induct him in the Hall of Fame.
Of course.
Which is only fucking right.
Okay.
You know, there's no problem with that.
Greatest rivals. I mean, him and Steamboat, him and Sting.
And to hurry up and wrap this up, you know, do we have any kitchen bitches today?
I just said mine earlier about the WWE getting.
I really don't have one. I mean, I everything kind of played itself out, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen here. I mean, I would have had a big kitchen bitch if Roman Reigns didn't fuck everybody up at the end.
Yeah.
He did that, so it kind of covered what happened tonight.
You know, my thing is like I said earlier, is like, you know, if they fuck this up between here and WrestleMania, then when we get on this show, that'll be WWE be y'all talking to talk about. I won't talk about it anymore.
I got a quick one.
Move on to our.
You know, as me, the inventor of the kitchen bitch, of course I should have one. To me, them Boston fans, they was kitchen bitches to me, because no real shit. They for everybody thinking that it was going to be a bad card. A lot of them people went out there and bust their ass. They picked and chose.
The crowd was in. Yeah.
Can I finish? They picked and chose the shit they wanted to be into. They was dead on some of the parts. And I'm like, for tonight, it was a lot of. The only bad part you could probably say the bad match, you could probably say was the Ryback versus Rusev. Just because Ryback was in it and he slowed every fucking thing down. Other than that, they had a great night of fucking wrestling. They chanting fucking stupid ass fucking shit. NXT. You got in a fucking main event, Sheamus. I'm not even a fucking fan of Sheamus, but he was out there showing his ass out there tonight. Same with Roman Reigns. I mean, them motherfuckers, they had a hard-hitting, brutal ass, went through tables, went through chairs, went through every fucking thing. I mean, Sheamus using the stairs, dropping his goddamn other little move through a fucking table. They came up with every fucking way. Because me and you was having this damn debate. You was like, just like you said earlier, they fucking put so much in the Raw match. And I was like, you know they was going to go another step further. And for them to be chanting that shit when you got a fucking hard-hitting match like that, and then they only realize, like, oh, at the end, like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, because he fucking up Triple H. Come on, there. And then and then Boston talking about we won't Cena. You motherfuckers boo the motherfucker when he there. And he's from there.
Oh, shit.
Fucking, you probably want some motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
see, you know what? You take that.
You clam chowder eating fucks.
But see, you take that in a bad way. I take it in a positive way because they're saying something.
Yeah.
It's positive no matter what because they're saying something. They're not sitting there being quiet. So they want to chant NXT or they want to chant Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks.
Okay.
They're livening up the match either way. Because
how they livening up the match?
They're reacting.
You're talking about a motherfucker that's not there.
But they're reacting.
He's not there.
It don't matter. It's better
I get it.
I get
it. You try to say that shit with no reaction. You got to get some kind of reaction. No. If you want to boo fucking Sheamus, I understand it. If you want to boo fucking Reigns, I understand it. But chanting nonsensical shit that has nothing to do with it, come on now.
They booed a little bit of both of them too. They booed Sheamus.
To me, they were in. I thought the crowd was good all night.
That fucking crowd, no, they was not in. Them motherfuckers doing brutal fucking moves, and it's like,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry because that opening match they were giving those guys standing ovation.
Yeah. That shit goes through the night when everybody else was busting their ass.
Yeah, they sure did. It went through with the
I thought it did.
Del Rio match. They gave them a watch.
No, they was dead in that fucking match.
No,
they was fucking
no,
dead. They was fucking dead.
How many people
even with them fucking chairs?
The people.
Even
that shit was that made the whole arena.
Yeah. Twice. That was twice. That happened twice. When he came out, and then when he tried to do that little running jack bomb.
You have unrealistic expectations from the crowd because they did what they were supposed to do out there.
What was they supposed to do?
The show. They made noise.
I mean, shit.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Hold on, Chief. You sit here and think about it. Like when they was in L.A. When we was at Hell in a Cell, correct?
Yeah.
That crowd was better than the one we fucking seen. And it's L.A. And you don't expect that from L.A.
I don't know. I thought that Boston crowd was live.
They were pretty good. I thought they were pretty good.
I thought they had their. I thought they had a.
We done seen some worse.
I know they didn't have to be assholes.
We done seen some worse venues, bro. Where they ain't said nothing. Look at that Monday Night Raw just passed where they all walked away while it was still going down. Now, if you want to complain about that crowd, I understand. But everybody in Boston,
where the fuck that was at?
They say what they had to say.
Yeah, it was live.
That was where was Raw? Raw was in
when they walked off. I didn't watch it. I'm telling you, man.
That was
that shit.
Last week's Raw was in
Oh, I did watch last week.
Where was they at? They was in
I'm just saying, when you got people out there busting their ass and putting their lives on the line, and the shit's not boring, then give respect. Don't fucking make up nonsensical shit that got nothing to do with what the fuck's going on.
So you didn't like that?
It's better than them saying nothing at all, bro.
So you didn't like the crowd in the main event?
That's not justifying what the fuck's going on.
You didn't like the reaction in the main event.
Yeah.
Because the whole night they was on though.
I don't know about that. It was dead parts where you could hear crickets and shit.
They were on.
Not to mention people get tired. I mean,
yeah, they were on.
We were tired late until that damn show at Hell in a Cell. We were tired. Our feet were hurting.
Yeah.
Shit.
And fucking people complaining about my man standing up and cheering for people. You didn't even deserve to be there, you sons of bitches. You only was there because your husband got free tickets in his job.
These motherfuckers was mad at me because I stood up to give the Undertaker a standing ovation. I'm like, why are you sitting down?
They don't even know who he was.
It's the Undertaker. And they walked out during that fucking match. I was like, and
they left before it happened. Like all the good really stuff.
They left before the Lesnar and Undertaker match even got going.
No disrespect, were they white?
I don't think so. I think they were Hispanic.
Oh, there you go, right there. Yeah, if it was like Puma or fucking El Salvadorian or something, yeah, they would.
She was all on his ass. Excuse me.
I'm like, why are you sitting down?
Oh shit!
Stand up.
Charles and Ashley created a clip. They couldn't sing. They were oh shit.
Because everybody probably tired of seeing the Undertaker old fuck ass.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, shit, it's the fucking truth. It's the fucking truth. Anything on this goddamn show is gonna be told correctly.
With the right one to the body. Oh, I knew it was coming.
You gotta face it. We sit here and we talk about people who ain't got it no more. Who ain't got what it takes.
Jesus.
He ain't got what it takes no more.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Shit. You wanna fucking give motherfucker $2 million just to fucking show up to work fucking 7 times a year and don't do shit and don't put people over. Shit, we might as well be back in WCW then.
WCW.
Yeah, that's why you like the shit, because it reminds you of that shit.
Gonna come back and win the belt from Sheamus next month.
Oh fuck no, man. That can't happen. Shit.
Watch it happen.
What the fuck is going on here?
This was Wrestle filmed in front of a live studio audience.
And then in that WrestleMania.
Before we end, audience, you got anything to say?
I'm good, bro.
It was a good pay-per-view, man. I slept through half of it, but it was
and my son was like, why are you sleeping? You sleep again.
Fonzo was right in the middle of the action.
He was really there for
I tell you how compelling the shit was.
Oh shit, I liked it.
Fonzo represented the Boston crowd.
That was it was. That pay-per-view from the first match alone was better than anything Survivors, that crock of shit Survivor Series spit out.
With a 50-year-old and a 48-year-old going over some 4 young studs.
I'm gonna be honest, I totally underestimated the TLC. It was much better than last year's. Yeah. It was much better than it's been in recent time, to be honest with you. It was a damn good show tonight.
So, in rapping, you go ahead and say your goodbye so we can wrap this fucking whore up.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
See you next week. We'll be back with more information on the other companies, and you know, we can really get back in the swing of things. Lucha Underground is going to be starting back up. We're going to see what this new look TNA has to do. We'll find out what exactly Jeff Jarrett's big announcement was, or even if it's
I think he's going on fucking tours.
if it's relevant with him even going on TV. We got to get caught up. Wrestle Kingdom's around the corner for New Japan. We got to know if AJ Styles is going to show up to that or not. Stay on the Facebook page.
And AJ Styles is not under contract.
And keep in mind,
He is a free agent.
I am in the works of getting that ROH channel so we can report the ROH news here to you.
Always stay on the Facebook, Wrestleheads. Everything is on Facebook. Every news,
Look at
every
it.
note, everything you can think of. If there's some stuff we forgot, it's on the page.
Ask a question.
Yeah, and comment on it, you know?
Oh yeah, appreciate to the WrestleHead fans out there that's been getting interactive with on the page and been putting up stuff. Appreciate it.
Yep. I always like to be accompanied with my smart-ass comments to the news, you know, about other people and stuff. And you know what? While we're talking about it, because you didn't say it, but with the new look of SmackDown coming up, there's a new announcer.
Oh yeah,
He's going to take over.
the dude from New Japan and the Bellator. What's that? Mauro. He got to be Canadian, or that's like a Thai Canadian.
We're gonna bring you more of that because SmackDown.
So they ain't going with Booker and
No,
Jerry
he gonna
Lawler?
be the new centerpiece. He gonna be the main lead.
So I guess the guy from NXT didn't do a good job. For some reason, they don't want to give it to Tom Phillips.
But you
So
gotta
what's the
remember,
deal?
they've been trying to bring in a big name somebody for years. I mean, you remember years back when they tried to push out JR to get Mike Goldberg, and then Goldberg decided he's gonna stay with UFC. They've been trying to get somebody to get there.
You know what the problem is with that, Randy, and why you're always gonna have to groom a new person.
ESPN.
Experienced analysts are not gonna deal with McMahon yelling in their ear for 3 hours. That's the bottom line. Like the way Michael Cole's been able to handle it all these years. I mean, hey,
Because he's a no talent hack.
I give him credit for that because
I mean,
I know a lot of those guys.
Cole's horrible.
They don't like to deal with that. It's more than just a producer.
The best
That's
Cole,
McMahon yelling in your ear,
the
telling you,
best
say
Michael
this, say
Cole
that, say
was
this, say that.
when he went heel. That was the best his fucking broadcasting. That was the best his announcing. That was the best he was. That year he went fucking heel. That was Michael Cole at his best. Now, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Gas bomb.
Take it easy, Russell Heads.